Good evening, everyone. My name is Fred Stennis, Supervisor for the Awareness and Outreach Team here at FSA or Federal Student Aid. I'd like to welcome everyone and thank you for hanging in there with us in our 2024 boot camp. And thank you for registering and joining in today's special webinar entitled FAFSA Resources and How to Avoid Financial Aid Scams. Before we get started, please take a note of the following disclaimer. Information presented today is on background and not for direct attribution. For comment about the information presented today, please contact press@ed.gov. That's press@ed.gov. Now, a few housekeeping notes. If you have any questions about any of the content discussed during today's premiere, we have live representatives on standby in the chat. The recording of today's presentation will be available within 24 hours on this YouTube channel. You can also request a PDF version of the PowerPoint slides in the description below. Now that we've taken care of the logistics, let's begin. Today's presenter will be Mr. Isaiah Ellis, Outreach Specialist representing Federal Student Aid Product Management Group. At this time, let's begin. Take it away, Isaiah.
Thanks, Fred, and thank you all who have joined us on our previous sessions on navigating what is a studentaid.gov account, as well as ways to pay for college. If you haven't had the chance to do so thus far, please check out our other videos on our YouTube channel, FSA Outreach. And if you're joining us via YouTube on our platform, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button right below. Also keep in mind to set up for alerts just so you can get informed as when we release additional videos. Now today we're going to cover FAFSA resources and how to avoid financial aid scams. And we're going to start out with the kind of tools and resources that we do provide and offer to each of you. We also will provide a knowledge check, then we'll dive into the scams, and then we'll recheck your knowledge, and then we'll provide you additional tools and resources that we believe will be helpful as you're navigating the federal financial aid process for the first time as a student or a parent, or you're joining us as a college or career access professionals. But first, let's dive into the financial aid tools and resources. Now, we've developed a student aid estimator. Most individuals complete the student aid estimator in about 5 to 10 minutes. You don't need this active studentaid.gov account in order to utilize or use the federal student aid estimator. And to keep it in mind about this generally, this is just an estimate. It's just an estimate. It's just a calculator. It's not the actual FAFSA. This is used to get you familiar with the kind of questions that we do ask, the kind of fields that you may be asked to provide information into as well. But this is very helpful because as you're planning and you're getting prepared to apply and attend to a college, university, or career school, this will sort of give you an understanding about where you stand and what kind of information we ask for, as well as helping you understand the process itself. Now, you will need information based upon your financial and personal information to get more of an accurate estimate. You also need, if you are considered a dependent student, we'll need information from your parent contributor. If you are independent, we'll just need information from yourself. If you're married, we may ask information about your spouse. Now, when it comes down to the estimator as well, it's in the name. We just want to reiterate that this is just to provide you an estimate, but the user experience, the way you're engaged with the questions, can very much be very helpful for you as you're navigating or entering this financial aid process. We also have developed a college scorecard where you can compare up to 10 fields of study at once. We do have additional information as it relates to the net price at institutions. So therefore, when you're navigating that, you're looking at the different institutions for their prices. This will help you generate the net price as it pertains. Net just means your cost and all your aid minus the cost will equal your net. We also provide information as it pertains to the graduation rate to help you make informed decisions. Now, the graduation rate of those that are completed their program and have graduated with a certificate or a degree. Now, we do provide information as to students that are paying down their debt. This is within our repayment data. Now, those students that have attended the school, that have borrowed federal student loans, we also help provide that data as well, and also your post-enrollment earnings. Now, after you graduate, we also provide information based upon fields of study for students that are interested to know, if I attend this school and I'm studying this particular program, what is the likelihood, or what is the average earnings for students that are within this program? This helps you make informed decisions about your field of study, about the institution that you would like to go to. But again, it's not to be used as a single point of information. You want to use this in combination with the Federal Student Aid Estimator and other resources and other discussions that you're having with your families to make that informed decision. But this platform, this can very much be useful to all U.S. students that are looking for the best information to help you make an informed decision as the time gets closer for you to do so. We also have a parent wizard. Now, this tool takes most people about 10 minutes to complete. Now, it could be used for dependent students and parents who just want to know which parent should be listed on the FAFSA form. And remember, from our earlier sessions in our previous videos, the FAFSA stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, FAFSA. Now, this tool for the Parent Wizard won't tell a student the dependency status. It's just meant to inform which parent should you use on the FAFSA form itself. If you're looking for more of contextual information based on your dependency status, we do encourage you to visit studentaid.gov. Now, we're also on YouTube. Again, if you're joining us on YouTube, our YouTube premiere, we're excited to have you, and you are joining us and you found us in the right place. Now, we also have another YouTube channel, which is our Federal Student Aid. So we have two. We have Federal Student Aid and we have FSA Outreach. Both are channels of Federal Student Aid here at the United States Department of Education. Keep this in mind as it relates to the content on Federal Student Aid. Some of the information that is presented in these videos are specific to previous FAFSA years and may not be specific to the current FAFSA year. So you always want to make sure that you're checking the right year to receive the right information. However, overall, most of the information is still relevant and accurate to upcoming FAFSA years. We just introduced several components in previous years. Now, also make sure when you're going on our page to save the playlist so you can always return to them and stay up to date about what the current information. So you're making sure that you're providing the right information to individuals and that you as students and parents are retaining the most current and accurate information. So like, subscribe, make sure you save our playlist, but always make sure you're double checking the FAFSA year to make sure you have the most up-to-date information. Sometimes when it comes to our FAFSA years, they tend to overlap. For an example, students that are gearing up to complete the FAFSA form are gearing up to complete the 25-26 FAFSA form to be used next year, beginning on July 1st of 2025. Now, if you're a current college student or you plan to enroll either in the trimester setting or in the winter or the spring, then you will be using the 24-25 FAFSA form. So keep that in mind. We're also on YouTube, so please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on the alerts to be alerted when or notified when our new videos are released. Now, if you're also joining us on our FSA YouTube channel, you're also seeing this video. So make sure that you are checking us out. Put a note in the comment section. Give us your thoughts as to your suggestions. We are also on YouTube with our FSA Outreach. So if you're joining us on our YouTube channel, you have come to the right place. So please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the alert button to be notified of our upcoming videos when we release them as well. Now, there are many resources that we have to help you find scholarships. And so let's kind of dive that into detail on the next slide. So we have several different steps. Number one, applying for scholarships. You want to make sure that when you're trying to find which scholarships are offered, you have options such as your organization, you have your institution, which is your college, university, or career school, or you have private organizations that do provide scholarships as well. You can also request an aid adjustment if you do not have enough aid. If you still have a balance that you need to pay, you can request an aid adjustment. Now, your financial aid administrator will be able to tell you whether or not your particular circumstance warrants an adjustment. But the first time to get that conversation started is to speak with the financial aid office or the office responsible for your financial aid programs at your college, university, and/or career school. You can also explore additional need-based aid programs. For information on as to what constitutes as a need-based aid program, we do welcome you to check out our information on studentaid.gov. As you're navigating this process, there may be a number of questions that do come up, particularly around what's a need-based program, or if that institution or organization has a needs-based program. But check out the information on studentaid.gov for more information as pertains to what does it mean to demonstrate financial need. We also recommend you talk to your school, talk to your agencies, get to know them, get to find out what their process are. So if you ever encounter a situation where your aid needs to be adjusted or you need additional aid, the great way is to speak to them and talk to them, as well as find out how you can make adjustments to your FAFSA form itself. There are a number of ways that when you're speaking with your school that you may be able to qualify for it, but that pertains to your unique circumstance or a special circumstance. Your special circumstance, starting out with that, is more aligned with financials. Something has occurred financially, increase in tuition or expenses, increase in medical bills, things like that. That may constitute as a special circumstance. If that occurs, you want to make sure that you are speaking with the financial aid office or the office responsible for financial aid programs at the college, university, and/or career school. Keep this in mind as it relates to special circumstances. It's because it's financial, you need to make sure you have documentation, especially if you are encountering a loss of income, a loss of job. Make sure you have some documentation that may be asked from you. If you're experiencing a unique circumstance, that's where something happened in a lifestyle situation. You left home due to a very adverse situation, things like that. You want to make sure that you're communicating your circumstance to the financial aid office and asking them how best to proceed at that college, university, and/or career school. You also want to ask about additional tuition payment plans. They may be extended over 10 months. It could be 6 months or 4 months, just depends. So talk to the billing office or the bursar. The bursar on many colleges and universities are to handle your bills. So you want to make sure you have that conversation with them to determine what is the best process, what are the options going forward. You can also request additional federal student loans if you qualify. Keep this in mind that just because you've been offered these particular awards don't mean necessarily you have completed all the process to accept and to have the funds dispersed into your account at the college, university, and/or career school. There are required steps such as entrance counseling and in signing your master promissory note that can be conducted and can be done via your studentaid.gov accounts for many cases. Also keep in mind, as it pertains to requesting additional federal student loans, that your parents may be eligible for a Parent Plus loan. If they're not eligible for a Parent Plus loan due to them being denied, then you may see maybe be eligible for an increase in your unsubsidized loan. So information on regards to our federal financial aid loan programs, please visit studentaid.gov or check out our previous video on ways to pay for college. And lastly, you can go ahead and research other federal aid programs that may be helpful. There may be additional steps based upon your situation of your circumstance, but we do encourage you to research, visit studentaid.gov, and find out more information as it pertains to our federal student aid programs. Now, as you heard me say before, there were private organizations, there were federal and state. So diving a little bit deeper into it, the best way to get started is to walk into or call your financial aid office and just simply ask them, hey, where should I go to find more information about the scholarships that this institution may offer? You could also reach out to your community and religious organizations, the local businesses, as well as the community foundations. They may provide scholarship opportunities for you as well. You can check with your local legislator. In certain states, you have certain legislative scholarships. You may want to check with them as well. Your employer or your parents' employer, if you are employed, you want to check with them. There may be great opportunities, especially for organizations who require for their staff to be currently employed in order for the student to benefit. But you want to make sure that you check in your HR or your human resource department or whoever's responsible for that to find out more information regarding that. You also can utilize the United States Department of Labor's free scholarship tool. We do have a link on the lower right-hand side where you can go to. Make sure that you take a picture or you want to type it into the URL. You'll see more information as it pertains to how to find scholarships. But also you want to check with your high school counselor. They are a great resource to you as a student and parent. If you are also coordinating with the college access professionals, they can be a resource as well in terms of identifying and finding additional scholarships that may be useful. But also outside of your immediate environment, we do encourage you to seek out those organizations that are related to your interests. Now, you do a quick online search via Google or Bing or any other one of the search engines to be able to find out which ones are best for you, and that are more aligned with your interests, your hobbies, or your skills and abilities. We do have additional information as it pertains to everything that we just talked about from the resources and our guidance on studentaid.gov. And we also on studentaid.gov encourage you to find your state FAFSA deadline and make sure you complete the FAFSA before that deadline. What you want to do is try to secure as much funding as possible to fund your post-secondary education. When you hear the words post-secondary, that means after graduation. So you want to make sure that you are finding and identifying the sources of aid, and the best way to do so is to visit studentaid.gov. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X, which is formerly known as Twitter. So we always provide information on our social media platforms. So we please encourage you to like, subscribe, and follow us on each one of our social media platforms. So let's take a moment and let's check your knowledge on everything that we just said for just now. Keep in mind, we're not going to test you on everything. We're going to supply you one question. So get ready if you're in the chat for the first question. Question number 1. Which of the following are options if you received your financial aid offer and still need additional funds to cover your school's resources? Is it A, explore additional need-based programs, B, apply for scholarships, C, request an aid adjustment, or D, all of the above? So the question is, what are the options if you receive all of your aid and you still need additional funds? What else can you do? Can you explore? Can you apply for additional aid? Can you receive an aid adjustment? Well, if you were here during our slide that we covered the 6 steps, things you need to know, then keep this in mind. The answer is D, all of the above. Now, these are all options that you can explore. You don't have to necessarily go through all of the 6 options. You fit whichever you find which fits you, and you navigate that process. But the answer is technically you can engage in all of these. So you don't want to just select one and just start searching for scholarships. And if you get discouraged, you think that's the only path forward. Well, depending upon your circumstance, you may be eligible to have an aid adjustment. You may be eligible for aid from your local or state or higher education authority or your local elected officials. There are a number of paths that can be presented forward. So we encourage you, visit studentaid.gov to find out more information as it pertains to what we just talked about, but also seek additional aid from community organizations and similar companies. Question 2. Jack is a senior in high school who's beginning to search for potential career schools. He believes that he will need to take out federal student loans to pay for school, and he's curious how much debt students typically take on at the schools he's interested in. Is there a specific resource that can help Jack find this information? My colleague standing by, he's going to put a link to the answer. But before we get there, if you don't know what that may be, the answer would be yes. He can leverage the college scorecard that's going to help him find a percentage of schools who borrowed student loans, the amount of debt that students typically take on at that particular school, as well as the percentage of school students who can repay that debt after leaving school. Now, because of this data, he's able to find the information that he is seeking. So the answer in this case is yes, he can do so via the college scorecard, which is the college scorecard at .ed.gov. Now, we just covered information as it pertains to what other avenues are there outside of your traditional just receiving your federal financial aid. Are there additional options for you? But let's cover how to avoid student aid scams. We want, here at Federal Student Aid, we not only want to help you find your opportunity, but we also want to help you avoid those scams and bad operators who are looking to steal your information. The first thing is identifying, and several websites offer help filling out the FAFSA for a fee. That should be noted more so than anything, because the first word in our acronyms of FAFSA, which stands for the FAFSA, is the free application for federal student aid. So you should not have to pay someone in order to assist you to complete a free application. It's also free at FAFSA.gov, and you can also go to studentaid.gov, upper right-hand corner, find the icon, log in, and get started. You should never share your studentaid.gov account. That pertains to your username and your password with anyone. And we'll never ask for that information, whether it's us or our eligible partners. Now, there are also ways that you can spot a scam. And that typically when you have an organization creating a sense of unnecessary urgency, or companies creating a sense of unnecessary urgency, saying that it's new laws or programs are about to be discontinued. You must pay now in order to do this. That should be red alerts that are going up. But also, if you notice unusual capitalizations, improper grammar, or incomplete sentences, it's likely a red flag that the company is not affiliated with the United States Department of Education. So these are things that you should be unaware of. If you spot these things, you want to make sure that you go ahead and close the browser, go ahead and open a new one and begin a new search. Another thing too, as it pertains to avoiding these financial aid scams, is that our emails come from no reply at studentaid.gov, or it comes from debtrelief.studentaid.gov, or ed.gov, or public.govdelivery.com. You might want to take a screenshot of that and be on the lookout for information from us. Now, also be careful on any calls that you do receive about financial aid, asking you for your name, your social security number, or any personal identifying information. Now, our official text that we do send out, and remember when I stated before how we do send out notifications through the information or the contact information that you have listed on your studentaid.gov, that's going to come from 227722 or 51592. Lastly, double check everything. Double check the URLs, double check the email address to make sure they match accurately. And also, if you have any question as it pertains to legitimacy of that email or information that you were notified, contact our office and we'll be happy to assist. Now, what happens if you have been scammed? There are several different things that you can do. Number one, log into studentaid.gov and change your password. It may be where you were on a website, you accidentally clicked something, and now your keystrokes are being recorded. Now, in this particular case, you might want to visit one of your IT professionals in that particular situation, Most importantly, jump on a mobile phone or another device and change your password. You also want to contact your bank and credit card to stop all future payments and have them look into all previous payments. We're not saying that's going to resolve the issue, but these are steps that you want to make sure that you're undertaking to protect your assets. You can also submit a complaint to us at studentaid.gov/feedback-center. We'll also put the link in the chat to make sure that you also have access to that link as well. You can also file a complaint with the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission, at reportfraud.ftc.gov. And you can also file a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau at consumerfinance.gov/complaint. I know that was a lot of links. Don't worry, my colleagues are putting them into the chat right now. So please save that to a browser in case you ever run into a situation. So let's dive into the next series of questions. Question number 1. Mia is looking for ways to pay for college. While searching online, she found a website that guaranteed a $5,000 scholarship for a fee of $600. The website requested that she fill out a form and provide her credit card information to complete the transaction. Now, should she provide her information to this website? No. The answer is no. There were numerous signs that there was something fishy going on. Number one, they guaranteed her without asking her who she was, without diving in more information. And they even asked, more importantly, that she had to pay in order to receive the scholarship. That's a red alert. You don't need to pay for help. Check out our resources at studentaid.gov/resources to help you understand and help you prepare and pay for college. Question 2. Which of the following phrases can be a warning sign of a financial aid scam? Buy now or miss this opportunity. We guarantee you'll get a scholarship. Can you provide your account information? I like my voice inflections. Or D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. Now, the first one is a little bit more pressure, right? Buy now or miss this opportunity. That's what you should hear when you see those words. We guarantee you'll get aid. That's a promise that's too good to be true, right? That's a guarantee. We guarantee without looking at anything, you're gonna get aid if you pay for this. Can you provide your account information? Sometimes that's a little nice asking, right? Can you provide your account information? Can you provide me your social security information? They're asking for your studentaid.gov account username and password. You should avoid all of that, okay? Because these are just different tactics that scammers will use in order to secure your information and use it improperly. So we covered a number of information. We hope you found this information very useful. But before you go, we still have additional resources. You can find additional resources at studentaid.gov. Whether you're looking for information to start the process, you wanted to check out this video because you said, I wanted to see these wonderful and young individuals and find about what the most up-to-date information as it pertains to these scams. You want to figure out ways to avoid it. We have an abundance of information to help you do just that. We're also on social media. Again, we're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X. We're also on our YouTube channel, which is at Federal Student Aid, which will provide you videos as it pertains to years past FAFSA and videos you can use also in your outreach if you're joining us as a college access or career professional. But we also have a number of webinars and walkthroughs and guides on our FSA outreach. You can find all of our previous webinars on their varying topics at FSA outreach. So, and that's where you are right now. So if you haven't liked and subscribed to our video yet, go ahead and do so. Let's get those numbers up to the numbers of individuals liking and subscribing it. If you find this video helpful, because it could not only be helpful for you, but helpful for other individuals as well. But also go ahead and hit the alert for the little ring, the little bell looking notification to be alerted as to when we release new videos. With that said, we thank you that you took time to join us today, and we wish you nothing but the best on your educational journey. Take care.